Bush, 1995. I was a stagehand for this particular gig, but earlier in this year, back in the spring of this year, I was a tour manager for a band called Sons of Elvis, and we were playing a gig in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was actually these guys' first U.S. gig. And we opened up for them. And the thing about that is that my bass player for that band used to have this distortion pedal that he would hit for the last song of the show, and it was really abrupt, and it was like plus 20 dB from where it was. So when the last song of our set happened, the bass player hit that button, and I blew all the subs out of the PA. Like instantly, pop, like all the subs were gone. And these guys had to play their first show with no subs. And man, they were pissed. And we actually smoked some reefer with them the night before, back when things were good. And they said that's how they named their band, Bush. They should have been called Burning Bush because they smoked a lot of pot. Well, we did too, so we all got along great. But a couple months later in New Orleans at this thing called Zephyr Fest, Bush was supposed to close the show, and the band I was with, Sons of Elvis, was supposed to go on before them. There was a bunch of bands on that day. It was a big outdoor thing in New Orleans. And when they saw me and they saw the band, they were like, no, 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 no. We're not going on after these guys. So subsequently, they flipped the bill. Bush went on before us, and my band, Sons of Elvis, that I was with, got to close the show. And let me tell you something. It was the best show of the tour because these guys were right out of the clubs in Cleveland. I took them around the country for almost a year. And by the time we got to Zephyr Fest in New Orleans, man, the band was great. And them closing the show was a real highlight for them and for the tour. Definitely the crowd really dig it. And all thanks to blowing out the subs so much earlier, you know. You never know when you could turn a minus into a plus.